Hi guys, and welcome to Mickey Meets. This is going to be a segment where occasionally I can kidnap somebody, lure them into the man cave, and then inquire on what they're doing. An interrogation in a friendly, funny way. And this week I've got Kiwi with me from Kiwi's Outdoors Apprentice. So let's get into it and have a look. Yeah. So guys, Mickey Meets. This is a bit of a random one, decided to throw together a bit quick. It's an idea for the future. So my first guest in a Mickey's Meets is Kiwi from Kiwi's Outdoors Apprentice. And we're just going to have a little bit of a chat, see how it goes, and I will throw this up on the members section, and if they like it, the public might get to see it. So Kiwi, welcome.
Thank
welcome
you
to the man cave. So, what drew you into sort of making your own videos and getting started on the path you're on?
Okay, so initially, COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was what made me realise I needed to do something outside. And I started watching YouTube videos on survival and prepping and stuff like that, which ultimately led me to your channel, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. So kind of you're responsible for where I've come to. I'm not.
Don't hold me responsible. I take no blame. It wasn't me.
It was definitely me. Once I'd found your channel and the community for the Sunday socials, that's what drove me to start making videos.
Yeah.
I was making videos for myself, to see myself improve as a record of improvement.
Yeah.
But also to show the community, hey guys, look, this is what I'm doing. Can you offer me any help? Can you give me any tips?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it's been amazing, the amount of support that you get from everybody. And you put a video up thinking, oh, I'm not really sure about that video, and you get such good feedback, like, oh, you could have done this, or you could have tried that, or, that's a really good video. Even just the little things like, oh, spot on video.
Yeah.
And it's like I did one recently about what I thought a disaster was.
Yeah.
And I got such good feedback from that because it was something that other people hadn't necessarily thought about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. It's put stuff out there. You have to have a bit of a hard shell.
Yeah.
There is always going to be somebody, troll or whatever you want to call them, that comes back and gives a negative. I've had it numerous times, and you've got to literally just go. I tend to look at bad comments and I go, is it meant as a bad comment, i.e. they're trying to poke the bear, or is it just somebody going, I'm trying to give you a bit of advice, mate, and being, not everybody's gentle with stuff. So I actually treat my negative comments with as much respect as I do my good comments. And I just love sharing. I love sharing. So how does it help you in your everyday self, actually?
Well, it's improved my mental health.
Yeah.
It's got me started on a business plan.
Yeah.
I'm now looking at starting, with the help of others, a mental health survival school.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the right wording, sorry. It's not a school. It's a place where people can go who are suffering from stress, like blue light workers, who are suffering from stress, who can come out and decompress.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at starting now.
Brilliant.
So that's in the pipeline. It's very, very young. I'm not announcing anything about it. That's where I'm going.
Project.
Yeah. It's a very big project. And I've got a couple of people that are helping me out. And obviously I will be looking for guest instructors,
Well, I'm more than happy to come along.
And people like Jess. I'd love Jess to come down and
Jess is fantastic.
Yeah.
A skill set. When a skill set's up there,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah.
She's one of those I don't think she realises how good she is.
She doesn't.
No, you know, and it's she can put a lot of so-called experts and professionals to shame. She really is good. I love her videos. Fantastic. Anybody that's not come across it yet, Jess Outdoors, absolutely astounding. And then you got guys like Sticks.
And Sticks. Yeah, well, hopefully he's going to be one of my guest instructors.
Oh, brilliant. That's good to hear.
So so there was you, there was Sticks. Life's a Hobby.
Benny Bushcraft.
Benny Bushcraft, because he just makes me giggle.
Yeah.
And Hang Tough, Mr. D.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is the other beauty of this whole YouTube thing. It goes around the world. You know, it's not for what most of us do day by day basis is here with the neighbours or close friends. Once you start getting into the YouTube world, you start making contacts elsewhere.
Yeah.
You start making friends that are 500 miles away, 1,000 miles away. But there's nothing to stop you working together, sharing ideas, methodologies,
and
techniques, skills. And the beauty is, I've had days where I've literally just contacted the guys and gone, you know, I'm having a bad day. And they're like, what do you need, brother? You know, and that's pulls together a community, really, really helps. And I found with my channel, although sometimes I get frustrated with it, Kaz likes it because it gave me something productive. You know, it gives me something to concentrate on rather than thinking about myself.
It gives you that positive outlook, that next thing. What's that next thing I want to do? And it stops you inwardly exploding. And that's how I'm gonna put it, because that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
And it's given me it drives my Mrs. Faye up the wall.
Yeah.
She goes, oh my God, you and your prepper stuff, it's all fun. And she in jest she slags it off, but she's also turned around and said, I like the fact that you do it because it's good for you. It's improved your mental health. It's improved your anger management, and you're actually getting outside and doing stuff. You know, instead of sitting around the house.
That's the thing, isn't it? Prepper. I mean, see, it's unfortunately prepper sort of gained a bad rep. When in actual fact, prepping to me and my preparation for not just emergencies but just day to day, you know, is something it gives me confidence. It gives me the ability to relax when I know that I've got a first aid kit in the car, I've got a fire extinguisher in the car. Okay, I might never use them, but I know they're there.
Yeah.
You know, having a burns kit at home, knowing that if I was to have an accident or Kaz was to have an accident and get burnt, I've got a burns kit for dealing with that. Means you no longer think about it because you've already put it in that box.
Yeah.
And likewise,
you're not hunting for it. You know exactly where to go.
You know exactly where you're going. And again, with simple things like having a few. I mean, you have to have 25 years worth of supplies, but they can't see it. There you go.
Yeah.
You know, keep me going for a month if I had to.
Yeah.
But knowing that I've got that there is that buffer. I don't have to. I'm not sitting there thinking, God, what am I going to do if I don't get paid at the end of the month? What am I going to do if that contract doesn't come through? What am I going to do? I've got that little buffer that helps, and that's a big thing I think in today's world, where there are already so many stresses on us all. I don't care who you are, what you do for a living. Everything these days is so driven, stress related. So anything you can do to just ease that pressure, got to be a bonus.
Yeah.
Got to be a bonus.
Take that time to sit and reset.
Yeah. As Faye started, actually, did she start getting involved with some of it? I mean, when I first started this years and years ago, obviously having little kids, Kaz was busy with the kids. I was doing a lot of this at work and bringing it home. And she's always been practically minded that way. She's a proper country girl, you know, let's have a pantry, let's have a larder, let's have the freezer stocked and so on. But again, as we started getting it into it and the channel started, she started to input more and more and more. It wasn't, it was probably me actually saying, Kaz, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then she'd input, and she's sort of come into it. And like a lot of people, when she first started, she didn't really want to be on camera. She didn't really like the talking. Now she found she enjoys it, which has made it even better for me because I enjoy it.
Yes,
I enjoy
and that shows up on your live stream.
I enjoy the interaction with my wife. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'll be brutally honest. I'm showing my wife off. I'm going, hey, she's mine.
Yes,
yeah.
And a few weeks ago, Kaz wasn't very well.
Yeah.
And everybody missed her, me included. It's like, hey, where's Kaz? That was the first question everybody asked.
Yeah.
Where's Kaz, Mick? Come on. Yeah. Why isn't the lovely Kaz here?
Yeah.
We understood, obviously, why.
Yeah.
But it's that.
Yeah, which is nice for Kaz.
And it's, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I always say to people, this is not the Mickey Show.
No.
The channel is not the Mickey. No, the videos I do when I go out, that's the Mickey Show.
Yeah.
The live, the community, things like this, that's not the Mickey Show.
No.
That is my chance to say you're all part of this, like yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you've popped round for a cup of coffee and to do some bits and pieces that we're not going to discuss on channel, and it's turned into a random interview just to see how it would work as a video.
Exactly.
It's given you a chance to see how I produce my videos,
which has been very insightful. Thank you. It's given me the little bits of knowledge that are lacking, and it's not necessarily bushcraft knowledge. It's like with you when the computer went down. The first thing I did is come up and fix the computer because I had the knowledge to fix it, didn't I?
Exactly that. And this is the other thing about community, isn't it? It's somebody said to me the other day, "Oh yeah, you're bushcraft." And I always say to people, "I'm not bushcraft. I like bushcrafting. I have some basic bushcraft skills. I predominantly see myself as a survivalist, not as an expert as such, but I've always been driven towards the survival side of things because that's what I've done for years, and it's led me down that path, and I come to realise that bushcraft is a big part of survival, but then so is survival a big part of bushcraft, and then you've got prepping comes into it, and people are very quick to put things in these boxes. Well, I think at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, find what suits you for, I'm always saying it, find what suits you for your environment, for you, for your physicality, where you are. Because, again, when we look at bushcraft, people tend to sort of go, northern temperate climate.
Yeah.
Well, that's no good to somebody who lives at the top of Mount whatever, or lives in a city centre. But then bushcraft is just as relevant in a city as it is in a town. So I think it's a case of, just take what you need out of it and use it.
Urban survival is, I think, a lot harder than country survival.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Please go and check out my video on what I consider a disaster. So what I consider a disaster. I'll try that again.
Yeah.
What I consider a disaster. Have a look at my video because you'll understand this conversation.
Yeah.
It's more about, I wouldn't say economic crisis, but at the moment here in the UK, everything's going up in price.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might not have that week's worth of money to buy that food. If you've got it in your cupboard, when you've had the money, you bought a couple of extra tins.
It's prepping, good prepping.
And that's what I try to install in my household.
Yeah.
So I'll go and buy a couple of extra tins of tin tomatoes or beans or whatever, just so that if we have an unexpected bill and that week we don't have enough money to get groceries, we can just go, do you know what? Bosh. Yeah. There's the food. We'll just eat that.
And that's the truth of it. It's being able to adapt to the emergencies. Anyhow, so that's 13 minutes in, right? Yeah. So, other than that, Kiwi, where do you want to go in the future? What are your hopes and ambitions for your videos, your systems, your technique? And on top of that, what advice would you like to give to anybody out there that is interested in making their own videos or even getting into bushcraft, prepping?
First piece of advice, find a good community. give it a go. Don't be afraid to give it a go. If you want to start doing videos, ask questions of the people who are already making them, because they have the experience, like the knowledge that I'm lacking. Mick has helped me fill it in today.
And I'm no expert. I'm an amateur,
But-
purely and simply. But you share.
But you're sharing, so share knowledge.
Yeah.
You'll find that somewhere out there that you'll have a skill set that somebody else doesn't have. And if you can share that with them, they'll share back with you. So pay it forward.
Yeah.
Always pay it forward. It's a term we use in the prison service.
Yeah.
Pay it forward. So always help the other guy out.
Yeah.
And yeah, just go out and try. If you fail, video your fail.
Yeah. Own your fail.
Own your fail. Because not only does it show that you're a human, but it also shows that what you did that failed. So that if you've got somebody out there who knows what you've done or sees what you've done, they can come back in the comments and go, did you try this? Did you try that? You use this. Try not to use that. Use this.
Yeah.
And I've got my perfect example of that is my bow drill video that failed.
Yeah.
And it failed.
Yeah.
Did it off camera. Couldn't get it to do it on camera. But
it's always the way.
But again, I had so much positive feedback from people like Owen and Sticks and yourself saying, right, don't do that, do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this, try this.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when we went on the community camp and the masterclass that we had in bow drill, that was
it's have fun with it, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. I enjoy it every day.
Have fun with it and do your own thing as well. When I first started my videos, some of my videos were, I'm not saying copying other people, but I took the format from other people because I had no experience in filming. I didn't know what to do. And I tried to do a bit sort of cross Ray Mears, Bear Grylls meets Out of Town, you know. And it is, I realised that after sort of doing a couple and that just be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, own it, have fun with it, do it your own way. And when you were saying about, you know, leave failures and that in there, I mean, don't get me wrong, we all edit our videos and we do take out bits we think that might be an inappropriate comment or that might not work, you know.
Or that section's far too long.
Yeah. Also allow yourself to keep bits that show you're a human being and that you have integrity. And I think that's an important thing to remember. Yes, nobody wants somebody to see them fail at lighting a fire, but everybody fails at lighting a fire. I don't care how much of an expert you are, there is always that day when it just doesn't go quite right and you're sitting there looking at it going, gone out again, right? Take it apart, breathe deep,
where's that
start
can
again.
of petrol?
Because that's the real skill of survivalism.
It's not giving up.
Just being able to go, right, take a deep breath, start again, go back to the beginning, put it together, and not sitting there and breaking. And I think when you show that to people, they can relate to it. And they go, do you know what? He's right. He's right. It is what it is. It's that perseverance and having fun with it.
I think one of the other things that I quite like about a lot of the guys that do videos that I watch, Benny, Life's a Hobby, Sticks, yourself, you give people who don't have the opportunity to go outside the opportunity to go along with you.
Yeah.
And there are lots of channels like that, guys. There really is. So if you're stuck indoors for whatever reason and you can't get out, go and have a look for some of the videos of some people that go outside, you know, and if it's a great video and you feel like you walk through the woods with them, leave them a positive for it or leave them a positive comment.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a big one, I would say. There's lots of people watch YouTube all day long, use it for entertainment. They will go from video to video to video. You know, at the end of the day, as a creator, I know not everybody's going to watch my video and like it. That's fine. Leave us a comment or just a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Right? Or even a thumbs down. If you really don't like it, give us a thumbs down because it's all interaction. It helps people to learn to realise. Okay, but I always say to people, if you're going to leave a thumbs down, leave a comment.
So at least you know why.
So yeah. Because at the end of the day, if not, you're just being a negative Nelly, and it's just not right. But again, it's for me. It helped my mental health. It helped me. It gave me something to focus on. It gives me something to do. I'm quite a driven dude. I like to do things and be out there. And in the last 2 months, where I've been sort of pretty much housebound and that, it's been absolutely brilliant. It's been my saving grace because people have taken me out for my ventures.
Yeah.
And I needed that. But now we're at the other side of it, rolling forward, just building the fitness back up. So anyhow, it's about you, not me. So
where am I going?
Future, what's it hold?
Well, if I can get my my project off the ground, I'm hoping to have my own woods.
Yeah,
that's part of the project.
Nice.
That will entail community camps.
Yeah.
It will entail days out for people.
Yeah.
A lot more videos from a woodland location, because obviously at the moment most of my videos are done in my back garden, because I don't feel secure enough in myself to go out into public woods where there's others and do a video. Whether that's because I'm unsure of the legality of what I'm doing in the woods, whether I can do it or not. Whether it's, why are you here? Why you shouldn't be doing this? You shouldn't be that. That's my insecurity more than anything else. Well, so that's some confidence will build fairly slowly.
So, legality-wise, so as long as it's a public space, you have the right to film. Okay, right. You have the right to film anything in a public space, including other people. What is not accepted is if say you're filming your little bit of firelighting over here, and say it's an attractive lady over there, right? Then setting up so that she's part of your image without actually asking her your permission. No.
Yeah.
However, if she walks past whilst you're filming something here, it's a public space. She had the choice. She can see you filming. She can walk around the back of you, or she can ask you to stop. Now, you didn't have to stop because filming in a public place is not illegal.
Right.
However, it's the intent you do it with.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, if you're filming something you shouldn't be, or doing it to aggravate people, then you're showing intent to basically be a problem. Then you can get yourself into trouble.
Yeah.
But actually just filming, doing your own videos. I mean, I work on a simple rule here, and I've had it. People said, "Excuse me, are you filming?" "Yeah, I'm filming." "Oh, okay. I want to." And you go, "Yeah, no problem." And I shut it down and I let them walk through. People say to me, "Oh, you don't have to do that." But if somebody asks me not to film them, there may be a reason. They might be on the run for an abusive partner. They might be in a protective system. They So I always look at it as, hey, it's not my world. If that person asks me in a polite, friendly manner or says, please don't catch me on film, then I'm, cool.
Absolutely.
Because I might want the same from them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be an antagonist, but I've never had a real negative situation. And again, the same thing as if when I'm filming on the walks, quite often the camera's facing me. If I see people coming towards me and you can see they might be looking a bit nervous and that, pause it there, cut it, or turn the camera to one side and just say, I'm just going to let these lovely people walk past, They'll appreciate that. I've actually had people like, oh, thank you, but filming in a public place is not illegal. It's not illegal. You can do that to your heart's content. Like I say, as long as you're not running up to people and going, audit. It's just some of the auditors are just out for aggravation. But yeah, and people are genuinely interested. I've been filming in a picnic area. There wasn't anybody there when I got there, so I thought I'll use this space, set up on a picnic table, did my video, and a couple came in, sat away, and I said they sat there watching me film, and I wound up and I looked up and said, "Cheers, appreciate that." "Oh no, we're fascinated. What were you doing?" Started a whole conversation. started a whole conversation. Right, we've got 5 minutes left. Yeah, so it started a whole conversation. They loved it. So get out and do it. Give it a go, mate.
I will do. I will do.
You know, and if somebody approaches you, just tell them what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm on a little YouTube channel, Kiwi Outdoors Apprentice. This is my first video out here, so
Yeah.
yeah, you won't have any aggravation.
Yes, it was just that unsure, you know, new to it, don't know how to approach it.
I tend to approach it with the attitude, what would I want?
Yeah. Makes sense.
If I was, if especially with like kids, young people like that, I'm always very respectful. And again, older people, and I have had people say, "You're not allowed to catch me on film." Well, in a public space, no, sorry, you have no protection there. If it's private property or that person's property, no, can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, not without their permission. But again, I just try and be nice about it. If somebody says, "Don't film me," then don't film them. You know, you know, edit that bit out, or even show that I've done it, or I've gone, look, I'll delete that. No, I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Don't know what their reasons are.
No.
You know.
They just might not want to be on video. And that's fine, isn't it?
Yeah. It's again, and there is a responsibility in that. If you're a filmmaker, or if you're making videos, there is a responsibility to be responsible for your actions. Like I say, you don't know if that person's in protective custody. You don't know if that person's, you know, maybe like I say, escaping an abusive spouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, you owe that duty of care. If somebody says to you, please don't get me on film, don't get them on film.
It's like with you're saying about responsibility. As creators, we have a responsibility for what we put up as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and it's you used an example of people going up Penzance,
Yeah.
in flip flops and a bikini, you know, or a speedo, and walking to the top of Penzance.
Yeah. Because
somebody else on another platform has gone, oh, look what I've done, and they try and copy it.
Yeah.
There's no responsibility there, so we've got to be mindful of what we put up as much as we.
Yeah, and again, we want to have fun with it. We want people to enjoy it, and we want to create interesting videos. But again, like I say, you have to be a bit responsible in what you create. And people say to me, "Oh yeah, but it's freedom." Yeah, but with freedom comes great responsibility. You know, your actions could cause somebody else to inadvertently hurt themselves or put themselves in risk or danger or others. So yeah, have a thought to that before you upload it. By all means, mate, it might just mean put a warning on it. You know, yes, I'm walking to the top of Snowdon in just my underwears in 15-mile-an-hour winds and minus 30 degrees, but I do have a safety crew with me. You know, be honest and stuff.
Yeah, I'm up here in this dress like this, but these guys are with me as well.
Yeah. You know, and again, because more often than not, there are. You know, it's
a whole production crew behind you.
Yeah. That's it. Back to the hotel. There, are we flying back in a helicopter or getting in the luxury car? I would take the limo.
Thanks, Ben.
Anyhow, so that's it. So there was a little bit of a Mickey Meets. This is Kiwi Outdoors Apprentice on YouTube. Dive over, have a look at his channel, show him some love, some likes, and all the rest of it. And again, I'm pretty sure he would. He would like to encourage other people to do the same. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm giving it to you, Kiwi. It's all yours. 1 minute, 30 seconds. So
thanks for joining us. Please come over, have a look at my channel, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a comment. Let me know. If you don't like what you see, please leave me a comment. Let me know. Let me know what I can change. If you've got any advice, let me know. I'm an apprentice. I call myself the apprentice because I'm learning. It's not because I don't know anything. It's because I'm learning all the time. So, Kiwi out.
There we go. So there you go. That was Kiwi's chance. Now, anybody that wants to come down and want to do a Mickey Meets with me, give me a shout. Let me know. We'll try and sort it out. This has been Mickey from Hampshire Outdoors and Survival and Kiwi Outdoors Apprentice. Love those you do. Forgive those you don't. May peace and light be upon you all on this glorious world of ours. Mickey out.